Filipino food to me is like the biggest, warmest hug. It's comforting, loving, sweet and sour, tangy, and full of big flavors. Hi, my name is Jayme-Schotland, and I'm the author of Modern Filipino Cooking. Modern Filipino Cooking is my third cookbook, but it's been a lifetime in the making. I was born in Guam to Filipino parents, and we moved to the mainland US when I was 2.5, along with my Lula Apion, my great-grandmother. Even though I was born an American citizen, my parents were immigrants. My mom was from Iloilo, and my dad was from Negros. Our story is not unlike most immigrant stories, and maybe many of you can relate. We came here with essentially nothing, but my parents were both extremely hard workers who worked full-time and overtime, while my Lula watched over me. My parents wanted me to fit in with my American school friends, so Filipino food was usually reserved for home and family gatherings. At school, it was pizza, turkey and cheese, and nuggets. Then I'd run home to the smell of sizzling garlic and onions, and of something frying, usually lumpia or spam. I grew up with a deep love of Filipino food, but it was too weird and exotic for a lot of our American friends. Fast forward to decades later, and I found myself with 2 young kids, not really being able to connect with Filipino food the way I did as a kid. So in my 30s, when my kids were little, I started cooking more and more Filipino food at home. This culinary journey of the familiar foods of my youth, made with easy-to-find ingredients, organized meal prep, and shortened cooking times, this became my focus. As a professional recipe developer, I worked to create Filipino recipes that were traditional, yet made for today's modern kitchens. Like me, this cookbook is small but mighty, and I hope it inspires you to love Filipino food as much as I do. The recipes in Modern Filipino Cooking contain ingredients that you can find at your local mainstream American grocery store, Asian grocery store, or online. You'll also find substitution ideas for some common Filipino ingredients. And because my goal is for everyone to cook more Filipino food, including super busy parents on hectic weeknights, I use tools like the electric pressure cooker and slow cooker, which save a lot of time without sacrificing flavor. This book is for you if you're brand new to Filipino cooking, you're familiar with Filipino food but want to expand your culinary experience, you'd love to have access to Filipino recipes all in one ad-free document that you can access offline, you've been cooking Filipino food for a while and want some easy-to-follow recipes that any home cook can make. This cookbook is just the start. I have so many more Filipino recipes I'm working on releasing, which you'll find on my blog, urbanblisslife.com. I'll probably write another larger Filipino cookbook in the future, but until then, I hope you enjoy Modern Filipino Cooking.